Hey, 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 everyone. How are you doing? This is Kate Weatherwise, your favorite weather girl, coming to you with another weather forecast, interim weather forecast for this Thanksgiving week, the most traveled week of the year to go see family, friends, loved ones, whatever you're doing. I wanted to put out a little interim forecast that is different slightly from the one that I put out on Saturday, only because there's new information, there's better information, more clear information about what this weather week is going to look like. So let's just get right into it so I don't keep you here for too long. We're going to go straight into the radar. As you can see, this is current, what's going on right now. There's not much in the way of winds going on. There's nothing on radar. We're getting this symbol right here is for fog. We're getting some fog indications over on the west side of the state. Not over here. We've had some foggy weather. We didn't have any fog this morning, but we did have a little bit of clouds, but then it really cleared out and was a beautiful day today. But currently, we're not seeing any winds. We had some winds earlier today. Those have died down. There's nothing on radar. So now we're going to take a look at what the temperatures are looking like currently. Now, this is current day, current time, which everybody, almost the entire state, except for right around the Puget Sound, is below freezing, at or below freezing. There's some spots which aren't, but most of the state is below freezing. That's including this area, which is where I'm focusing. That's North Idaho as well. You are at or below freezing. There's some really cold temperatures up in the higher elevations of the Okanagan Valley, all of those places that they've already seen some snow. And through here, even though there's not a whole lot of temperature readings, I'm sure it's quite cold because it's flat, higher up in elevation, and it's going to be cold tonight because it was so beautiful. There's no clouds out there right now, which is allowing all of that heat that was at the surface to just radiate back out into space. So we are expecting temperatures tonight. I'm expecting temperatures tonight between the low to mid 20s, and it's below freezing right now. So it's not going to take too long to get into the 20s, and it's only, just after 8:30 right now. So it's going to be a chilly night into tomorrow morning. We're just going to go straight into what we could be experiencing tomorrow. My initial forecast on Saturday was that Wednesday was going to be our worst weather day. Now that has shifted a bit, and it looks like Wednesday is not going to be really bad as far as weather is concerned for traveling. That has shifted to Tuesday. Tuesday is looking more like the worst day to travel, whether you're flying, driving, or whatever it is, to and from east to west or west to east across the state into Idaho. Earlier in the day is when Western Washington is going to get some rain mixed with snow, especially if you're traveling over the mountains, you're going to see snow. This is tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. There's already forecasted to be some light snow that's falling in the Cascades and some rain when you head down into lowlands and the lower elevations, and then all up and down the Cascades, we're going to see some snow. And then this is 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on Tuesday, the precipitation is marching east, and we're looking at some snow and some mixed precipitation on our doorstep here in eastern Washington tomorrow afternoon. Now, by 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, if you can get to your destination, if you're traveling tomorrow, you can get to your destination wherever you're traveling to or from. By 4 o'clock, if it's in eastern Washington, then you should be okay. You won't hit any of that, as I like to call it, yucky weather. But if you're traveling over to Western Washington, tomorrow is not going to be a good day to do so. And if you're starting in Western Washington and heading east, tomorrow is just going to be interesting. So just take your time if you're traveling, if you're driving, if you're flying. Your pilots will let you know if there's any delays and things like that. The airport will let you know. But tomorrow is going to be the yucky day to drive or to fly. And then this is by 7 o'clock tomorrow night. We're looking at some mixed precipitation through here, through this area, which is where we are, into Idaho, North Idaho looks like it's going to clear out a little bit by tomorrow night, and then it's going to pick back up again by 10 o'clock. So another round that's going to come through. It's just not going to be a good travel day. That's all. And now that we're less than 24 hours away, I'm really confident that this is how it's going to be, that it's not going to shift or change again. So tomorrow, not a good day for travel. That's Tuesday, November 25th, which is just, 1 month away from Christmas. And then by late tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, that's when it's going to clear out. And it looks like Wednesday is actually could be looking like it's going to be a dry day, although it's probably going to be foggy and just sort of yuck out. Wednesday's high is going to be in the mid to upper 30s. So whatever snow does fall here will probably melt by Wednesday afternoon. So we're not looking at a white Thanksgiving for most of the area. If you go further north for Thanksgiving, you may have a better chance to see some white on the ground, see some snow on the ground. If you like that, if you like snow on the ground at Thanksgiving, then go north or go to the mountains. So we will be dry on our Wednesday, maybe some fog though. And then for Thursday, the rain comes back a little bit. It's going to be a little bit warmer on our Thanksgiving. High is expected to be upper 30s to around 40 degrees for our high on Thursday for Thanksgiving. So whatever precip does come through, as you can see depicted on this map, it looks to be all rain for us, although a chilly rain. But that's, if you're traveling Thanksgiving Day, all you have to do is deal with the rain if you're staying in most of the area. If you're going higher up in elevation, of course, you're going to run into some snow. This looks like the east of the Cascades is going to see some snow and mixed precipitation on Thanksgiving Day. So if you're over there and you're visiting family or friends over there, like Cle Elum area, Twisp area, that corridor, then you're going to see some mixed precipitation or snow the higher up you go in elevation. Now down south, you should be okay. It looks like it's going to be a dry day on Thanksgiving, although probably a little bit chilly, around 45 degrees or so. And then this is Thanksgiving morning. Of course, you go north, you're going to see some snow. We're going to see some rain down here. And it's not going to be a very nice day. However, it's not going to be a snowy day for most of us in eastern Washington. North Idaho, you could see some mixed precipitation. Western Montana, you could see some mixed precipitation. And in the Cascades as well, mixed precipitation. And out on the coast, it's going to be all rain. So central Washington looks to be dry Thursday afternoon on Thanksgiving Day. And then by into Friday morning, it looks like that's when all of this mess is going to move out, move east. Montana, as you can see, is going to get some snow. Most of Montana, maybe some rain in some parts of it way down in lower elevations, but most of Montana is going to see some snow because they're still slated to see some really cold temperatures that are still going to drain down from Canada and hit Montana in east. And it's just going to be really cold, snowy, and just getting into typical late November, December weather for them. So as we move forward in time, we really dry out over the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it looks like it's going to be nice and dry, but it's going to be chilly. There could be some fog involved unless we get some wind. But I really wanted to focus on tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday into Friday because those are the big travel days going to your destination for Thanksgiving. And then when you travel home, perhaps Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the weather's going to be better. So it is keeping in with the front end of Thanksgiving week is the not going to be fun travel days. The back end of Thanksgiving week is going to be much better for travel, much more calm when you're traveling around the state or in Idaho, North Idaho. If you're going into Montana, there is going to be some snow, but at the back end of the weekend, it looks like it's going to be better. Going to be still going to be cold, but there's no big systems that are coming in until early December. But I'm not going to get into that right now because it's still so far away. So basically, Tuesday, tomorrow, is going to be the biggest chance for you to see some snow in the northern half of the state and the Cascades. If you go south, you're going to run into rain. You're going to run into dry weather or rain. But right around the Spokane area, North Idaho area, you're going to see the snow and or mix starting tomorrow afternoon, late afternoon, right around dark time, overnight into Wednesday. So just be on the lookout for that. And then I will be back tomorrow for some more updates to give you an even more finer tuned forecast for Thanksgiving Day, for Wednesday into Thanksgiving Day, and make sure that the weather is still going to be calm for the back end of the weekend for when you want to travel home. So, all right, guys, that is it for now. I will be back tomorrow with another update, and I hope you're having a good evening, and I will talk to you later. This is Kate Weatherwise saying bye for now.